This area used to belong to another resistance group. Now it is being used as a forward base by WILE. I am detecting plant-like nanomachines. They seem to be driving on the geothermal energy. At this rate, they'll continue until they engulf Area 0. Stop them before that happens. This mission? This area is overflowing with nanomachines. Nanomachine vines blocking the area can be cleared with the Buster or Saber, or even just plucked with the Z-Knuckle. Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero and welcome back to Mega Man 04. This is going to be the last member of Ragnarok that we're going to take on today. Let's actually, hold on. I feel like I'm moving a little bit too fast. Nope, I'm actually right. Alright, so we actually have the running speed and we have enough level to have enough elf level to be able to actually use max HP now, and as well as another chip, which is cool. But we got here the last level, or the last Robot Master, or the last member of Ragnarok, however you want to call it. We're going to go ahead and take him on here. This level is actually quite the easy one as well. Seems like I've sort of shot myself in the foot in the beginning of the series, which led to myself having a lot of difficulty because I seem to have taken on all the difficult bosses and areas from the get-go, which I guess is fine. I mean, I didn't want to go immediately and do the easy route or the preferred route or anything like that. I didn't want to look up too much. I did look up, a lot for like the parts and whatnot because there's not really much that I can get out of from just raw playing the game for those kinds of things, because the game doesn't really tell you much. For example, I would have never known about the Bloid and all that stuff, and that I can miss certain parts and things like that. So I'm glad I looked up stuff like that and to in general get a better understanding of the chip system and whatnot. But in terms of like order and stuff, I did look at a quote unquote, I actually want to go this way, quote unquote ideal order for taking on these bosses. But I decided not to follow that just because I didn't think that would be very fun to just follow a strict formula like that. I figured I'd just fuck around and, play the game as I wanted to, considering that it was the last game. I don't know if I've talked about it here specifically in this series, but I know I've talked about it before where I played all of Ocarina of Time using a walkthrough, and it's one of my biggest regrets because I basically played one of the greatest games of all time without actually experiencing it for myself, which was a real big letdown. I think it's one of the things that I heavily regret in my entire life. Now I know the game, inside and out, and I can play it without a walkthrough easily. But the first time around, it was in the entire thing, it was just using a walkthrough. So I didn't really get to experience a lot of the things for my own, which I think is a real big sort of I can't think of anything else other than letdown, but it was just not good, especially considering that I was like the prime demographic for that. I was, of age when that game came out. I had it when it was just out, so it was really sort of disappointing that I was, I didn't actually need to skip this cutscene, but it's actually fine. It's just kind of disappointing that I ended up having to play that game like that. It is really weird considering that, like, from the get-go I had a really experience with that game, because like my cousin was one that actually let me have the game. He got it from his own other cousin, but the game was already sort of like beat. There was already a save file, so we spent a lot of time basically playing through the already beaten save file, so I already knew sort of the later parts of the game, so there were a lot of like missing pieces in between that I was always trying to fill the gaps for. Which was always a really fun experience. I would play the game bit by bit and be like, oh, that's where this part comes in that I saw before. And I'm like, oh, and all this other stuff. That was really cool. But again, I ruined it because of all the walkthroughs. So I tried to make sure I didn't do that in this game. But as I was saying, this level was actually extremely easy. I didn't really have to go through too many hoops and hurdles. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch just to make sure I don't die really quickly, because there's actually some spikes here. There's not really like a real annoying section here. Yeah, it's not really anything too bad. Okay, I can go ahead and switch back now. It's not really anything, you know, super menacing or broken or anything like that, which is really nice. That for once this game doesn't do anything really stupid. We got our boy here. Yeah, I guess I'll use him. It's pretty useful. A boy, the gyro cannon here, and we can actually, we're supposed to, I guess, use that little thing there to climb up, but we can actually get a sub-tank up there if you have to double jump pretty easily. Like I said, I guess you were supposed to use the gyro cannon's little helicopter part, but we have the double jump, so we don't really have to worry about that. I think if we go up here, I wanted to actually go through this part here with full health. We'll see why in a second. Because we can actually come back here. I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't know if that's enough. Well, that actually works. Because unfortunately these vines grow back, which is really annoying. But yeah, there's a max. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to get stuck there. There's a max thing here. So what I can do is I can go ahead and fill up one of my things and fill up a sub-tank. Unfortunately, if I had max health, I would have filled up the sub-tank all the way to full, which would have been nice. But unfortunately, that's not really going to happen. Unfortunately, but at the very least, it's not very too worrisome. We don't have to worry about it all that much. I don't think I'll need the sub-tank because the enemy, or I should say the boss of this level, really somewhat walk in the park. And that part's gonna be a little bit annoying. This part is extremely easy now that you have now that we have the double jump. The double jump makes this all so much easier to navigate through. We're actually going to unfortunately get rid of this, and we're actually going to use the Buster Shot, like I said I was going to use last time, because the enemy here is actually weak to fire. And this is actually a female. I've been using, I believe, a male voice for this, which is quite interesting. When the characters first came out, I just abruptly just did a voice for them really quickly. I don't, excuse me, even remember what character this one was supposed to be, because I kind of quickly wrote down what they were supposed to be. Like I put Fish and all these other names. I think I put Nerdy voice for this one.
Oh my, I thought a rat wandered in, but it was just you. You're going to be a lot of trouble for the environment. Too bad the trouble will be wasted. You have no hope for stopping Ragnarok. If you're just going to waste energy, give it to me. I'll drain you dry.
Yes, it has a very feminine voice, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I try to be a little bit consistent with voices. I don't usually do voices, or I don't, not that I don't usually do voices. I only have like, 5 voices or something like that. I don't really have a lot of range, unfortunately, as many other Let's Players may have. But to be honest, I'm sort of okay with that. It's not really my forte, and it's not really something that I was planning to really bring into my Let's Plays. My Let's Plays are more of just my sort of podcasty, vloggy, lifestyle talking commentary is really what it's more about, and I guess maybe some mildly decent gameplay, not necessarily jokes or great voice commentary or character commentary. But I tried this time to at least keep the character voices consistent, so I actually wrote down the quick notes of what voices I use for each character. I think I've more or less kept it more or less around the same lines.
I'm shriveling up. I'm a flower, cut down before I can blossom. Oh Lord, wow!
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This time you gotta give me more than a C. Come on. Because of the time, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Got Noble Dragons, or Noble Mandragos, EX skill, Sky Chaser, and our E Elf skill leveled up. What a fucking tease. Whatever. Rank doesn't matter, so I guess it's fine. Artificial plants. How ironic that their very technology meant to protect nature is destroying it. Humans are capable of the most wonderful and most terrifying things with the power of science. As a scientist, it makes me shiver just thinking about it. All missions are complete. Area Zero situation is nominal. It looks like I made it in time then. It looks like you did! Now Area Zero is safe. I will save your data. You know shit's gonna go down next time. Stay fresh.